speaker today is Ankod Prabhu. Haribol! He's been here for so many years and it helped in getting this whole temple together in the last 10, 15 years. So it's incredible all the seva has he's performed. So now he's going to speak to us today from Bhagavad Gita to say Ankod in his previous life was a surgeon in Connolly Hospital, and he's taken to this philosophy with the same accuracy that he did his surgeonship for many years. So again, thank you very much for Hare Krishna.
Hello. Hare Krishna. So today I'm going to give a talk. But how many of you are here for the first time? So all of you have been here before? Okay, well, thank you. So I'll start now. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Yashodhan Will you play the carriage element? Okay. Om Agyana Janandasya Nandanaya Sarakaya Chakshuramidam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shishitana Mani Vistam Sabdam Vistam Sabdam Yanay Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadam Ayam Tadasi Swam Padantikam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachami Nirvisheshna Shunyavad Prachati Shatani Vanchakalpa Tarubhyasha Kripa Sindhuvya Evacha Pasitanam Bhavyangbhyo Vishnavyo Namo Namaha Nama Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayati Krishna Chaitanya Namna Gaurati Visma Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagat Pase O Krishna Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namo Astude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Krishna Vishnavya Shri Devi Pranamami Hari Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Before I go to the actual lecture, I'd like to read the text. It's chapter 4, text 7. I'll read the text, the translation, and I'll go on to the purport. The purport is very important actually, because there's quite a lot of details on in the purport that we ought to know. Yade hi dharmasya Ranir Bhavati Bharata. Abhyudam Adharmasya Tat Atmanam Sijami Aham. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a permanent rise of irreligion, at that time, I descend myself. Purport. The word Sirajami is significant herein. Sirajami cannot be used in the sense of creation, because according to the previous verse, there is no creation of the Lord's form or body, since all the forms are eternally existent. Therefore, Sirajami means that the Lord manifests himself as he is. Although the Lord appears on Shadwell, namely at the end of the Dwapara Yuga of the 28th millennium of the 7th Manu, in one day of Brahma, he has no obligation to adhere to such rules and regulations, because he is completely free to act in any way at his will. He therefore appears by his own will whenever there is predominance of religiosity and a disappearance of the true religion. Principles of religion are laid down in the Vedas, and any discrepancy in the matter of properly executing the rules of the Vedas make one irreligious. In the Bhagavatam, it is stated that such principles are the laws of the Lord. Only the Lord can manufacture a system of religion. The Vedas are also accepted as originally spoken by the Lord himself to Brahma from within his heart. Therefore, the principles of dharma or religion are the direct orders of the Supreme Personality of God. Dharmam to 6-7, Bhagavat Pranitana. These principles are clearly indicated throughout the Bhagavad Gita. The purpose of the Vedas is to establish such principles under the order of the Supreme Lord. And the Lord directly orders at the end of the Gita that the highest principle of religion is to surrender unto him only and nothing more. The Vedic principle push one towards complete surrender unto him. And whenever such principles are disturbed by the demoniac, the Lord appears. From the Bhagavatam, we understand that Lord Buddha is an incarnation of Krishna, who appeared when materialism was rampant and materialists were using the pretext of the authority of the Vedas. Although there are certain restrictive rules and regulations regarding animal sacrifice for particular purposes in the Vedas, people of demoniac tendencies still took to animal sacrifice without reference to the Vedic principles. Lord Buddha appeared in order to stop this nonsense and to establish the Vedic principles of non-violence. Therefore, each and every avatar or incarnation of the Lord has a particular mission, and they are all described in the revealed scriptures. No one should be accepted as an avatar unless he is referred to by scriptures. It is not a fact. It is not a fact that the Lord appears only on Indian soil. He can manifest himself anywhere and everywhere. And whenever he desires, he appears. In each and every incarnation, he speaks as much about religion as can be understood by the particular people under the particular circumstances. But the mission is the same, to lead people to God, consciousness, and obedience to the principles of religion. Sometimes he descends personally, and sometimes he descends as bona fide representative in the form of his son or servant or himself in some disguised form. The principles of Bhagavad Gita were spoken to Arjuna and, for that matter, to other highly elevated persons, because he was highly advanced compared to other ordinary persons in other parts of the world. 2 plus 2 equals 4 is a mathematical principle. That is true in the beginner's arithmetic class and in the advanced class as well. Still, there are higher and lower mathematics in all incarnations of the Lord. Therefore, the same principles are taught, but they appear to be higher and lower in various circumstances. The higher principles of religion begin with the acceptance of the 4 orders and the 4 statuses of social life, and will be explained later. The whole purpose of mission of incarnation is to arouse Krishna consciousness everywhere. Such consciousness is manifest and non-manifest only under different circumstances. Now this is the introduction, and Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, text 7. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutam abhyutanam adharmasya tad atmanam srijami aham. Translation: whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and the predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. So Srila Prabhupada has said that this is an important verse in the whole of in the Bhagavad Gita. But here the reason for Krishna's descent is revealed to establish dharma, in fact dharmasya. And we see the dictionary meaning of the word dharma, it comes as religion. And the meaning of religion means a particular type of faith. So everyone has a kind of faith and accepts their faith to be right. For some, animal killing is a religion. For some, philanthropy is their religion. And some sense enjoyment is the religion. Some say animal killing is right, some say it is wrong. Who is right? Who is right and who is wrong? In all faiths, we're right. If all faiths were right, then there should be no need for preaching, and no reason for Krishna to descend, to rectify. This means that these so-called religions and religious faith are not dharma, but irreligion. Krishna is not talking about these kinds of religion. Now the word dharma. The word dharma. There are mainly 3 meanings of the word dharma. I will describe each one in a second. Number 1, occupational duty or natural characteristics. He gives an example of the nature of sugar is sweet and that of chili is hot. If it reverses, then it is wrong. Sugar can never be spicy. Number two, meaning number two. It's an order given by the Supreme Personality of God. In some countries, one is told to drive on the right. He gives an example here, and as in the United States. While in some countries, they drive on the left, as in Ireland. Which one is right? One has to refer to the law given by the government of the country he is residing in. I'm going on to a second sloka. It's from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 3, Text 19. In his speech, he quotes quite a few slokas, so I'll go with them one by one. Dharmam tu saksad bhagavat pranitam na vai vidu rasayo api devaha na sida mukha asura manusya kutunu vidyadara charanadaya. Translation. Real religious principles are enacted by the Supreme Personality of God. Although fully situated in the mode of goodness, even the great rishis who occupy the topmost planets cannot ascertain the real religious principles as it are. Nor can the demigods or the leaders of Siddhaloka, to say nothing of the Asuras, ordinary human beings, and the Vidyadharas and the Charanas. Likewise, Dharma is the order given by the Supreme Lord. Supreme. Lord's instruction in the scripture are the manual for leading one's life. The Lord says that He is the Supreme Controller, and it is under His direction this material world is functioning hence. Ultimately, the Lord rewards and protects the law-abiding citizens of the material universe and punishes the rebellious citizens. While He punishes the rebellious citizens, He is also taking care of them. He doesn't just punish them, but He also tries to instruct them to bring them back to the right. The next sloka is Bhagavad Gita 5:29. Bhaktaram yagya tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suradam sarva bhutanam jatva mam satim rachati. Translation. A person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices and austerities, the Supreme Lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attains peace from the pangs of material miseries. The next sloka goes on to this Bhagavad Gita from chapter 9 to text 10. Mayadhyakshana prakriti shuyate sa characharam hetu nane kunteya jagat vipari vardhate. Translation. This material nature, which is one of my energies, is working under my direction, O son of Kunti, producing all moving and non-moving beings. Under its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. Now the third meaning of dharma is surrender. Number 3. Everyone must surrender to someone. No one is independent. We surrender to our senses, our desires, our ambitions. We surrender to the boss, the manager, etc. We never get satisfied and become more entangled, or we surrender to Krishna. I just want to move on a little bit from taking surrender now. In 1973, Prabhupada went to visit one of the disciples there, and this disciple was a friend of the Indian ambassador in Moscow, Moscow. On the second day, he was stopped by 3 KGB men, and they told him that he must come to their office the next day. Thank God, or thank Krishna, that Prabhupada did not go. Because if he did go, they might have locked him and thrown the keys away. And we today would not be sitting in this temple praising him or surrendering unto him. And then in 1974, in Moscow, he met a professor called Professor Kotovsky. And he asked Professor Kotovsky regarding surrender. He said, you surrendered to the Russian regime. And he put it on as, and he mentioned Lenin, but we surrendered to Krishna. So what is the difference? You surrendered to Lenin, and I surrendered to Krishna. So, the next sloka is Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, verse 66. Sarvadamam prati yajya mamikam saranam raja aham tuam sarve bhaktiyo. Mukshayis yami na suchaha. Translation: abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. Now, I'm going to move on to what we put down as the ultimate disease. Right? We surrender to everything except Krishna. This is our disease. The fact that we don't surrender to Krishna is our disease. So therefore we should surrender to Krishna. But as we go along, we surrender to different things and different types, different people. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to teach us practically how to surrender unto him. Since you don't surrender to Krishna, you surrender to the false gods, like little Krishnas and other or even to ambition and desire and motives and so forth. And we surrender to so-called religions, Hindu religion, Muslim religion, animal killing, philanthropy, etc. I just want to stop here a little while to talk about Hindu religion. The word Hindu is foreign. It is not an Indian word. Because 2,500 years ago, on either side of the Indus River, the Parsis were on one side, and the people on the other side were the Indians. The Parsis called the people who lived on the other side Hindus. But called themselves Hindus. And that Hindus became then translated to Hindus. When I fill a form, many form, when I go to the hospital, when I fill a form, I don't write the word Hindu at all. I just write Vaishnava. And they question me, they ask me, what is that? I said, well, I'm a follower of Lord Vishnu. That's why I say, that's why I put down Vaishnava. Because they expect me to put down Hindu, but I don't. Since you don't, okay. And there are other people who surrender to the dictations of our senses. That what senses is going to play a major role afterwards in the lecture as we go along. We also surrender to cats and dogs. Now, when we are working in a political party, we are working for your ambition. Soon you'll become a minister. Your aim is to go up, to become a minister. But the actual ultimate aim is to earn money. And the reason why you want to earn money is that you want to buy things. And that is to satisfy your self-gratification or your senses. Right? So, because we are moved by things that are advertised. Oh, I must get that, I must get this, I must get that. But that's trying to satisfy your senses, his sense. So, if somebody is working for somebody, and the next day the person says, but as from tomorrow, you're not going to work here anymore, it means he's got the sack, right? So now he has no money. And the fact that he's not going to get any money because he's not working, he's not able to satisfy his senses. So really, he was working for this person, not for the company, but for satisfying his senses. So that when he earns money, he can buy things. This, okay. If we surrender to Krishna, then there is no checking. There will be no need to change the platform, as you will be situated in this, at the supreme platform. Arjuna was serving his senses when he was refusing to fight. Here, there's a big battle between Arjuna on one side and Krishna. And Krishna on one side is trying to convince him that he must fight. But Arjuna on the other side was giving lots and lots and lots of reasons why he should not fight. Why he should not fight. But Krishna tried to convince him that he must fight. He is a Kshatriya, therefore he is a fighter. It does not matter. Arjuna claimed that his uncles are there, his grandfather are there, his relations are there, and so forth. He said it does not matter. They are your opponents, they are your enemy, you are a Kshatriya, therefore you must fight. But still Arjuna was adamant that he should not. So the reason Krishna wanted Arjuna to make sure that he's not going to go through his abide by his senses, but to abide by Krishna's senses. Already, Krishna says that already the stage is set, the scene is set, that everyone who have come here are going to die. They're not going home. Therefore we need you. We need you to be an instrument so that you can take the credit. Thank you. You can take the credit of having defeated the enemies. There were 3.5 million soldiers who took part in the war. 3.5 million, right? And this was all set long time by Krishna. In the past, that he was going to get all the Asuras or the Dharmas into one place and have this battle in Kurukshetra. But he had to get somebody to do the fighting for him, and Arjuna was the person chosen to do that. And that he was going to give the credit to Arjuna when the battle was won. Sorry. Now we'll come to the cure. Can you hear me? Yeah. Now we have come to the cure. Arjuna was told to serve the Lord's senses rather than his own. Why to serve Krishna's senses? Because Krishna is the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Whole. That is the whole matter of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna wanted Arjuna to fight. That was the mission of the Lord's appearance. The two reasons, in fact there are three reasons why the Lord appears. One is to get rid of the demons, or the miscreants. That's why he arranged this Kurukshetra war. And number two, to protect the sadhus. And number three, to establish Yudhishthira as a king, so that he can establish Dharma again. I'm going to the next chapter in Sloka here. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, text 8. I have promised this young lady here that she is going to recite the sloka. Please do that, please. Chapter 4.
Krishna, 4th point. I'm going to recite a shloka from Bhagavad Gita, which is chapter 4, shloka number 8. Paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samstarpanadhaya sambhavami yugi yugi. Translation: to deliver the pious and to unhumiliate the miscreants and to re-establish the principles of religion, I myself appeared millennium after millennium. Hari Bol.
So she did ask me yesterday, would I read one of the slokas? I said, yes, you will. So I promised. Thank you very much. I'll just read the translation, which he also said that I was going to ask it, did she know the meaning of it? Once Prabhupada was going to go to the West Coast, I think it was, I'm not sure it was San Francisco or it was, I think it may have been San Francisco. And the lady devotees of that temple there, they prepared all the children to learn the slokas, so that when Prabhupada got to that temple, that they would recite the slokas. Prabhupada asked the lady devotees, do they know the meaning of that sloka? And they didn't. So you must not only learn the sloka, but you have to learn the meaning of the sloka. Thank you very much. You did very well. Now Krishna wanted his devotees to help him in the mission. All the demons were already put to death by the Lord. But he wanted his devotee to be his infallible battlefield. They're already dead. But we need you to assist him in completing the mission of killing them. Because they're not going to go anyway. They're finished with it. Now, Bhagavad Gita 11, chapter 11, verse 33. Tasmat tuam utista yaso labaswa jitat satrum pangsva rajam samridam mayai aivisi nitai purvam eva nimita matram bhava Sachim. Sorry. Translation of this sloka that I just read now. I'm not too sure whether Krishna was angry with Arjuna or not. He said, therefore get up, prepare to fight, win glory, conquer your enemies, and enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement, and you, O Savyasati, can be but an instrument in the fight. Go on to the next section here, the process. In this journey, to attain the goal to be cured, one has to get free of designations. Identification. I am this body, I am Indian, I am American, I am a doctor, etc. And establish oneself as one's true eternal identity. I am a spirit soul. not a body and not anything else. Part and parcel of Krishna. This is called self-realization. And this is from Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 19, text 170. Sarvopari Vinir Bhaktam Tatparam Paradhanam Nirvatanam Yusikasa Savanam Bhaktir Yuchiyata. Translation. Bhakti and devotional service means engaging all our senses in the service of the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay. The master of all senses. When the Spirit so renders service unto the Supreme, there are two. Number two, from all vision and designation, and number two, one's senses are purified simply by being employed in the service of the Lord. Identification with the body and the mind is a life of ignorance, as they are material and they are bound to change every moment. Hence, they lead one to frustration. To realize oneself, one has to surrender unto the Lord, which needs a clean heart. Chaitanya Dharma, the first bit of the 8 verses of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He said that we should clean our heart. Right? Hence, one needs to purify one's heart. Then one can always stay happy, blissful, satisfied, even in the process. Bhagavad Gita 9:2. Raja Vidya Raja Guyam Pratitram Yudam Uttamam Pratyak Savadamam Dharmamyam Sukam Kartum Abhyam. Translation. This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception to the self of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting, and it is joyfully performed. A small endeavor and progress in this path protects one from the most dangerous kinds of fear. This is guaranteed by Krishna. I have to take Keith as an example. Keith Russell. He's joined the Krishna Conscious New Movement recently, and whatever little one does, Krishna knows everything about it and is going to help. And he has taken the duty of serving prasadam in front of the GBO on Thursday night and Saturday night. And one Saturday he served 450 bowls of prasadam. Thank you, Keith, for your service. So, even a small endeavor, even like bringing flowers to an altar, or putting money in the altar, in the box in the altar, or cleaning the temple, anything you do, Krishna knows of it, and he's going to make sure that he'll remember it, and he'll help you at the end of the day. Again, and the small endeavor and progress in the path of in this path protects one from most dangerous kinds of fear. This is guaranteed by Krishna. Bhagavad Gita to chapter 2, text 40. Nahabi Kraman Nasos Asti, Pratyavayo Na Vidyate Swalpan Api Asya Dharmasya Triyate Mahato Vete. Vayat. Translation. In this endeavoring, there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. Bhagavad Gita text, chapter 6, text 40. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Prata Naivaha Namutra Vinashas Tasya Vidyate Niha Kalyana Krit Kaschet. Durgatim Tata Dashati. Translation. The Supreme Personality of God had said, O son of Bharata, a transcendentalist engaged in auspicious activities does not meet with destruction either in this world or in the spiritual world. One who does good, my friend, will never be overcome by evil. By serving Krishna, all his duties are automatically done, and others will automatically be pleased. It is like watering the root of a tree. In this case, Krishna is the root. If we all pray to Krishna, if we all take to Krishna consciousness, he is acting as a root. And through him, you can make further advancement. Without him, you're only going to follow Maya. And Maya is only too ready to say, come, come, come. And there's a battle between Maya and Krishna. But we don't want to go that road. So, about watering the root of a tree. One day I went to visit my daughter. It was about 2 years ago. And the children were pouring water on the potted plants. And they were pouring it on the leaves and the flowers of the potted plants. And my daughter scolded them. She said, you should not do that. You should pour the water in the roots of the plant. It's the roots that are going to draw the water from the soil and distribute it to the stems, the branches, the fruit, the flowers, and all parts of the plant. So I was taken aback. Well, not really, but I know that that's what we have to do. But you know, she just taught them one lesson. That's what they should do. Another example is, which I'm going to give you now, is all the limbs of the body rebelled against the stomach. They said, we are feeding you, and you're sitting there and doing nothing, and getting fat. What we're going to do now is not feed you. Not going to use our hands to put food into your mouth. And the stomach didn't say anything. But there was no food going to the stomach. There was no nutrition going to the limbs. There were no limbs and other parts of the body. And they were getting weaker. And then they realized there's something wrong. What we are doing is wrong. So they started to feed the stomach. Right? And eventually they became healthy and they were happy. And they realized then how important the stomach was. Like how important the roots of the trees are. And how important Krishna is. So we have to be, we have to take to Krishna consciousness. It's not new. It has started from the time of Krishna. And it's been followed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And now all the other acharyas have told us about it. And Prabhupada also, if we were not before Prabhupada, we would not be sitting here. Okay? He has spread the message. He has translated Vedic literatures. He's given it to us in a simple form, in simplified English form that we can read. He has got the people in the different countries to translate them in the different languages of the world so that they can all read. Going back to Russia, we know the likes of Lenin and so forth, and the emperors and so forth. My feeling is that they did not treat their own people. They subjugated them. And by doing that, if you find the number of Krishna conscious devotees in Russia is just unbelievable. So we should say thank you, Lenin. You paved the way for us to come and give them Krishna consciousness. And there's one more thing I was going to say here. I'll come back to it. By serving Krishna, all other duties are automatically done, and others will ultimately be pleased. I've done this phrase up. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, text 37. Yat tat agre visam iva pariname marasto prayam tat sukam satvikam praktam atma buddhi prasada. Yeah. Translation. That which in the beginning may be just like poison, but at the end is just like nectar. And which nectar is just like nectar, and which awakens one to self-realization is said to be happiness and the mood of goodness. Before I read the last paragraph, I would like to say something about Krishna. When Krishna was a baby, he comes up, wanted to kill all the children in their region, in all the villages, and he sent people to kill them. But he sent one lady, we call Putana, and she turned herself into a beautiful woman, and she became a wet nurse. Does anybody know what the meaning of wet nurse is? Yeah. They still have them, I think, in India and other countries, where ladies feed milk to other people's children, and they're called wet nurse.
Yeah.
Wet nurse.
Yeah.
Okay?
Wet nurse.
So Putana came as a wet nurse so that he could eventually or ultimately find baby Krishna. And baby Krishna suckled the breast, and not only that, suckled the whole life of Putana. And when that happened, the real Putana became 100-foot long, crushed trees all over the place. So, but to go back a little, Putana, if you go back, does anybody know who Putana was in the past? Okay, you know. Thank you. He was the sister of Bali Maharaj at the time of Vamanadev. And when Vamanadev was invited to a yagya by Bali Maharaj, Bali Maharaj's sister said, I'd like to suckle him because he was so good looking. So Vamanadev, who came with Krishna, returned that compliment. But not only did he kill Putana, but he also treated Putana as his mother. He said, I will treat Putana not as a demon, because she suckled me. I must treat her as my mother, as my mother. I will end this now. This Krishna consciousness movement is established is established to give an opportunity to all souls to become together and utilize this opportunity of the human form of life to serve the Lord and perfect one's life. In other words, the Krishna consciousness movement is like the root of a tree, is like the stomach of a man. What's the other one? The third one. The third one is it? Okay, well, anyway. So we should go back to the root. We should go back to Krishna. We should take to Krishna consciousness, which is similar to pouring water to the root of the tree. And then only we can all flourish. Then only we can become happy. Then only we'll have joy. Then only we'll return to Krishna, to his abode. The abode of Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening to the lecture. And if anyone wants to ask questions, they can. But if I'm not able to answer the question, I'll get my colleagues to do it for me. Okay.
Question. So, can you please enlighten us about your journey with Krishna consciousness? How was your journey before you got initiated? How was it after you got initiated? And what is your motivating factor? What motivates you to be steady on the path of Krishna consciousness?
Okay. It started a long time ago. Okay. My great-grandfather and my grandfather gave a piece of land in Durban, South Africa, so that a Vishnu temple can be built, who is no other than Krishna. Right? And every morning we got up, the temple was in front, because this was on one corner. If this was on one corner. So I have been following Krishna, Lord Vishnu, from the time I was born. I'll finish the question. From the time I was born. And then I have to admit here that I joined the Ramakrishna movement, but in the latter stage, I found that I was simply wasting my time. So I left them. There's a reason why I left them. But when I used to go back home, I used to go to the Ramakrishna temple and I used to go to the Hare Krishna temple. I went to both of them. So in December 1997, when my whole family went, a part of the family went with my wife, and we went to the Ramakrishna center, and the priest there refused to let my wife go into the temple. And he would have been about 39 years old or 40 years old. He said, "I'm sorry, but I can't let your wife go." But I said, "But look, I have been a member here before," and so forth. So we simply got up, we left home. We left and we went back home. But I always went to the Hare Krishna temple, but never seriously wanted to become a devotee. Right? I did that every time. In all the journeys back home, I did that. Then in 2006, I decided that I'll join the Hare Krishna movement here. I went downstairs to the restaurant, and I don't remember who, I can't, Abuduta. There was a cook called, he was a cook. Yes, he was a cook, and his wife was serving in the, And I told him that I want the whole series of the Bhagavad Gita and the Bhagavatam and the Charitamrita. So in one day, I went there and I bought all the books. And they said, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yes, I'm sure." I'm taking, so I took all the books home. And that was the beginning of me. Of course, then I was That's when it started. That's when it started. And from there on, immediately I joined the temple in 2006. And I'm still here. Is it? Not go any further? Yeah,
So,
about
your
initiation.
life before and after initiation, and what kept you motivated?
And coming here to do things in the temple, to serve things, I will tell you a little story. You want to know? If you take away the sprinkler system, and if you take away this cabinet, 7 of us got together in 2006, and we decided that our mission was to finish this temple. And we gave ourselves, we didn't give ourselves a time limit, but we said we're going to do it. And 4th of April 2009, minus the sprinkler system and minus that cabinet, is what you see when it was finished. We worked, I used to come here 7 days a week, and I used to wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning. And each of the 7 of us had different duties, but they all had to go through me. I'm not taking any praise. Why through me? Because I have been here for a longer time, and I knew where to go to get things. I'll just give you one simple example. They wanted to buy 4 lockers, and I said, they always came to me anyway. We wanted to buy 4 lockers. I said, leave that to me. So then the lockers are costing €350 each, brand new. Now what's that 4 times that? What's 4 times that? 1,400. I said, just leave it to me. And I went to my friends in Dundalk because I had a clinic in Dundalk. I used to work 2 days. I used to work there Saturday and Sunday. And whenever we came back on Saturday, we used to meet in front of the Manu. We used to meet and chant in the streets in front of ISKCON's. I think you remember that. So what really happened is, I went to my friend and I said, I'm looking for good second-hand children's or locker. He said, you go to a certain place. They have good second-hand ones there. So I went down there. Only one of them needed attention, but that is nothing to me, to fix it or nothing. He gave me 4 sets of keys, 4 lockers. I took them away, and I fixed the other one, and brought them here. But I mentioned nothing about the cost. Are you going to ask me? 145 euro. And when I went to pay against 1,400, and when I went to pay the man 145 euro, he said, you can take 5 euro back. So I got it for 140. 140. And that would give one example. But they all had to go through me. You want me to give another example? I can, if you want to, but I don't think I'll go any further than that. Right. Any other questions? Yes.
Where is Krishna?
Sorry?
Where is Krishna?
Where is Krishna?
Yes.
I'm slightly deaf on one ear, so where is Krishna?
Yes.
Krishna is everywhere. In every atom. In your hair, you name it, Krishna is there. So if you didn't know this, you can dispel the idea of you not knowing where Krishna is. He is everywhere. That okay? Is that okay with you? Okay. Any other questions?
The second part of the question regarding the initiation, how you would like to change. Did it change for good? And what do you recommend to the new devotees about initiation?
About initiation?
Yeah.
I think first thing they should do is look around and see if you can find a guru of the choice of the future, in the future. They should not just go to any, they should find out from to the senior devotees who know more about it, and also to then make a wise choice. And then make a choice then. Okay, any other question? Yes.
So you mentioned, Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for the lecture. So you mentioned 2006, you were here until 7 days a week until what time? 1 o'clock in the morning?
Yes, that's true.
So there's the project about the Vedic temple, etc. Will you still be here for 7 days a week until 1 o'clock?
We're here? Yeah? Sorry, I didn't get
With a new temple, with
Uh,
a new project.
You have a good point there, but on the 7th of August, I will be 85. If I was younger, the answer is yes. But being 85 on the 7th of August, and people ask me, "You're still young." I said, "Well, just become a vegetarian and pray to Krishna." Any other questions? Sorry, is that okay with you?
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions? The floor is open for questions. It doesn't matter what the question is. I'll do my best to answer it. If I can't, I've got experts around me.
Prabhu, thank you for the talk. So I was downstairs. Do you have a favorite slogan?
Sorry?
Do you have a favorite slogan?
Your favorite
What's
slogan?
your favorite verse of Bhagavad Gita?
What sloka?
Do you have a favorite verse?
Well, actually, I have to tell you the truth here. I'm not very good at learning slokas, number one. But it takes me longer to learn one fully. That means I have to kind of, somebody advised me to write it on the wall, and when he passed, in the kitchen wall, one of the walls, and he would pass by, say the sloka, and you know it quickly. So that's what I advise, way to learn sloka. Write it down, and when you know it, take the next one, and go from there on, go forward. Don't stop. I don't think that answer is satisfactory. Is it satisfactory? Sorry. Excellent.
It's okay.
I'll get, maybe you can help me. Or maybe Mana Prabhu can give me guidance.
What's your favorite slogan though? I mean, there's some that you do like, or that, I'm the same as you. I find it very difficult to remember slokas,
Yes, yes.
to learn them and such.
Yeah. Well, I have the same issue. I know them, and after a while I forget them, unless I keep repeating it and repeating it. And eventually it will stick. But I think the fact that I'm getting old, the memory is going. I have to admit that. Manish, any question?
I have a question.
Yes.
How do you apply Krishna consciousness practically? Practically apply it.
How do I apply it?
Yes.
In everything I do, I have Krishna in front of me. Even if when I'm buying things, the shop, I buy, like I buy things for Krishna. I do my own shopping. The reason why I do my own shopping is I'm a total vegetarian, right? I don't even drink ordinary milk, actually. Since 2 years now, I've gone on to soya milk. And I have a son who lives in Vancouver, and he does not drink milk. He's a vegan, by the way. I'm a vegetarian, but he's a vegan. Right? And he told me, look, just don't drink ordinary milk, and just take soya milk. So I get about 4 or 5 pints a week for myself. That's only for me. Yeah. Sorry, should I expand on that?
Yes.
Yes. No matter what I do.
Yes. icon, how do you get
Everything I offer you to Krishna first. I have to offer it to Krishna first. If somebody gives me a gift of a shirt, it goes to my altar, I offer it, and then I take it and use it. Even a shirt. But, of course, actually it has to be you, right? I think that if you apply that and think about it, your remembrance of Krishna will always be with you. And you know what they say, don't you? Maybe you don't know, but I'm going to let you know now. That in your last seconds or minutes of your dying days, when you're on your deathbed, always remember Krishna. If you think of Krishna, you go back to Krishna. If you think of a dog, you become a dog, etc. That's right. Right. Any other question? Any question? No. Any other question? No?
We'll move on to
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody.
Praise and good Prabhu ki
Jai!
Yeah, thank you very much. Would you like the lecture?
I actually have a question. I'll ask later.
Huh?
I actually have a question. I'll ask later.
Okay, I'm here. I'm just Hare Guru Prabhu.
How are you?
Were you here for the home lecture?
No parking.
Oh, yeah, parking. Yeah, parking. Yeah. How are you going? You know what color is that called? Earthy green. Earthy green.
Mahatma Gandhi's.
Yeah, earthy green. One day I must get one like that. Huh?
I'll get it.
Okay. Exactly like that. They're with you. Yeah. Can you come? Because they come long sleeve. Do they come long sleeve?
Yeah.
Oh, long sleeve, yeah.
Want me to put it for you?
Yeah. Want a copy of that? Okay. Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Everything is Krishna, Krishna is everything, so nothing.
Exactly, yeah. And we look at you. Very well.
Which one are you going to play? Sadhya Krishna? Yeah.
Jaya Gauranita, Jaya Gauranita, Jaya Gauranita,
Bye.
Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Namacharya Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Ananda Gauda Vaishnava Vrinda ki
Jai.
Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki
Jai.
Vimsika Ho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki
Jai.
Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Gopinath Shamakund Radhakund Giri Govardhana ki
Jai.
Vrindavan Dham ki
Jai.
Mayapur Dham ki
Jai.
Jagannath Puri Dham ki
Jai.
Jamuna Maya ki
Jai.
Ganga Maya ki
Jai.
Tulsi Devi ki
Jai.
Bhakti Devi ki
Jai.
Samaveta Bhaktivinoda ki
Jai.
Harinam Sankirtan Yagya ki
Jai.
Mahatma Ganga Transcendental Book Distribution ki
Jai.
ISKCON Ireland ki
Jai.
Gaur Premanande
Haribo.
All glories to the assembled
Hare
devotees
Krishna.
All glories to the assembled
Hare
devotees
Krishna.
All glories to the assembled
Hare
devotees
Krishna.
Glories to Shri Shri Guru Gaur
Mike, please.
उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखम्
वीरं महाविष्णु ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखम्
नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्योर्मृत्युं नमाम्यहम्
नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्योर्मृत्यो नमाम्यहम्
नमस्ते नरसिंहाय नमस्ते नरसिंहाय Premanande. Thank you, sir.
Just one specific announcement for next Friday. The Chandramali Maharaj, who's one of Prabhupada's disciples, will be giving a talk here at 6 o'clock on the Bhagavad Gita. At 6 o'clock next Friday, Chandramali Maharaj will be here, and he will give a talk on Bhagavad Gita. He's one of Srila Prabhupada's early disciples. He's a Swami, and he will also have some kirtan afterwards as well until about 9 o'clock. So it'll be quite a busy Friday. That's only the start of the weekend. We'll have actually some Harinam on. We're going to have a procession through the streets on Saturday from about 12 o'clock till 2 o'clock. So anyone who wants to grace the streets at that time, chanting and dancing, please do. Please come along. And then on Sunday, there won't be a program here, but the program will be in Orla House. Again, we have two Maharajas. Chandramali Maharaj will be there, Dhiro Shanta Maharaj will be there. And we have, I think, Prithu Prabhu, who's actually, in 1979, he came and set up one of the first Krishna temples in Ireland. He also was the founder of the temple in Innisrath. So we're hoping he will be here on Sunday. Something about his visa was kind of messed up last week. He was meant to be here last Friday night. So that's happening next Sunday in Orla House. Does everyone know where Orla House is? You do? Okay, that's good. It's in Rathfarnham. So we're going to have chanting, which starts at about 12 o'clock, and will go on till about 8 o'clock in the evening time. It's just non-stop kirtan. There'll be prasadam there. There'll be, lots of fun, lots of kirtan, and lots of dancing, hopefully as well. So we're inviting everybody to be there for that. I just have only just to say that the result from the last was Ram Navami. We were hoping to reach 600,000 towards our goal of 1 million to buy a temple just outside Dublin, or buy land outside Dublin. And we broke that. We reached 603,000. So, Hare Krishna. So I want to thank everybody for all their input, their help. It's been incredible. We're still trying to negotiate to get some more Lakshmi, so that we can make another offer. We made an offer, and it wasn't accepted, but we're going to try again. But we do need as much help. Anyway, after the 28th, we're going to come back. We have another target, which we need to get to. So I'll reveal then what that target is. Okay? But in the meantime, if anybody can make up between 603,000 and 1 million, you're perfectly welcome to come along. Okay? Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Hari Bol. So we have prasadam. So everyone now, we can go downstairs, and there's prasadam there waiting for everyone. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol. And thank you, Flan Goat, for a wonderful talk today. Hare Bol. Thank you for all the hard work that you put into that wonderful class. And of course,